Yo, very basic Bible with me, JB Allen, BJ Allen. Let's look up. I already got my screen shared. Message. Sure, why not? Let's look up a verse in the message. See what kind of fun we already got that verse of the day in the message. Let's read it, shall we? This will be fun. Romans 8:28. Meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, God's Spirit is right alongside. Okay, let's try this again. Meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, God's Spirit is right alongside, helping us along. If we don't know how or what to pray, it doesn't matter. He does our praying in and for us, making prayer out of our wordless sighs, our aching groans. He knows us far better than we know ourselves, knows our pregnant condition. I'm not pregnant. And keeps us present before God. Okay. That's why we can be so sure that every detail in our lives of love for God, that's why we can be so sure that every detail in our lives of love for God is worked into something good. Kind of a, that's why we can be so sure that every detail in our lives of love for God. So the detail, every detail in our life that's love for God is worked into something good. I hope we can be sure that every detail of our lives, period, is worked into something good. I'm hmm, hmm, hmm. I'm missing something. I'm not getting okay. Meanwhile, the moment we get tired and waiting, God's spirit is right alongside helping us. Now here's the hard part. If we don't know how or what to pray, it doesn't matter. He does our praying in and for us. Who's the he? God, I guess. It does say right up here, God's spirit is right alongside helping us. He, how does he help us? He does our prayer for us. He knows us better than we know ourselves. Oh, God's spirit keeps us present before God. I bet that's it. Here's what we're gonna do. Romans 8:28, the message. If I click on that, I get these extra buttons here on Bible Gateway. There's page options. You can have the screen, the computer read it. It'll sound like, meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, God's Spirit is right alongside. That's often what it sounds like when the Bible is read to you, when a computer reads it to you. Print it out. I don't know what that is. Here's a parallel. Add parallel. All right, NIV. Everybody knows the NIV. Okay, here we go. 26 through 28. Okay, so I'm gonna hit. Okay, 26 through 28. Read full chapter. No. Oh, okay. Parallel with the message. Okay. So we wanted, there's 9, there's 10. We're still in Romans 8 up here at the top. You see, we're going to go down to verse 26, right? There's verse 26 in the NIV, but they're not right next to each other. Verse 26 is right next to verse 18. So we go down a little bit, there's verse 26 and 18. Okay, so we're going to have to go up and down. I wish uh, I'm going to make this a little smaller. Oh, that didn't really help much. Hmm. All right. Meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, God's Spirit is right alongside helping us. If we don't know how or what to pray, it doesn't matter. He does our praying in and for us, making prayer out of our wordless sighs, our aching groans. He knows us far better than we know ourselves, knows our pregnant condition, and keeps us present before God. That's why we can be so sure that every detail in our lives of love for God is worked into something good. Okay, pregnant condition. Obviously, you got a baby in your tummy going, wah. Okay, he's not making a noise. Mommy and a daddy get together, mommy becomes pregnant, then mom has a baby. That's not the kind of pregnant this is talking about, most likely. Sometimes people say that word is pregnant with meaning. Like, what? In other words, a lady has a baby inside of them. A word has a lot of meaning inside of it. I could say, I had sandwiches pregnant with bologna because I put like 10 pieces of bologna on it. I love bologna sandwiches. I used to, at least. Used to eat like bologna sandwiches every day for lunch as an adult. You know, um, that school is pregnant with children. No, they all went home for the day. Oh, okay. Oh, so that, but you generally meaning. What if what if you have a meaningless life? Well, that's sad. But what if you had a meaningful life because you have Jesus? Your life is pregnant with meaning because you got Jesus everywhere, right? Everybody's life has a meaning. Some life people's meaning just isn't good. We should pray for that, of course. All right, back to some happy stuff like the Bible. Let's read now. That's a message. Let's read in the NIV, 26 through 28. In the same way, the Spirit helps in our weakness. Meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, God's Spirit is alongside helping us along. Okay. It's in the same way, but this says meanwhile, the moment we get. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit Himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. If we don't know what or how to pray, it doesn't matter. He, the Spirit, does our praying for us, making prayers out of our wordless sighs, our aching groans. Okay. Like, I wish we could see them both at the same time. Right here, in the same way, but down here, you don't have in the same way. You have meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting. The moment we get tired in the waiting, I mean, is that the Spirit helps us in our weakness. Oh, look at this, look at this. But if we hope what we do not have yet, we wait for it patiently. In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. So if we hope, we wait for it patiently. So are we waiting patiently? Because in the same way, our waiting patiently, right? We wait patiently. In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. The Spirit helps us when we're waiting patiently. Maybe that's what it means down here by the moment we get tired in the waiting. Look at this. But the longer we wait, the larger we become and the more joyful our expectancy. Meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, God's Spirit is alongside helping us along. But if we hope for what we do not have yet, we wait for it patiently. In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. I'm not sure if that's, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't, the message is taking some liberties, right? It's a guy's paraphrase. He takes a Bible and he goes, "Oh, this is what it would say in very modern English." Well, it can be rendered a lot of ways in very modern English if you're not going taking the Greek word and finding an equivalent English word, right? So there's multiple translations. There's the J.B. Phillips translation too. I wonder about that. Let's see. Let's get the good old J.B. Orthodox Jewish Bible, Kahila in Romate, whatever. Kahila might be um the spirit, maybe pneuma. Hmm. Oh no, okay. J.B. Phillips translation starts with a J and goes to B. J.B. Okay, J.B. Phillips. So look, 12 through 13, 14 through 17, kind of like the message, right? Okay, what are we looking for? 20, 26 through 28. This has 22 through, okay, 26, 27, 28, and 30. Okay. Okay. The Spirit of God not only maintains this hope within us, but helps us in our present limitations. For example, we do not know how to pray worthily as sons of God, but His Spirit within us is actually praying for us in those agonizing longings which never find words. And God, who knows the heart's secrets, understands, of course, the Spirit's intentions as He prays for those who love God. As He prays. And God, who knows the heart's secrets, of course, the Spirit's intention as He prays for those who love God. And God, who knows the heart's secrets, understands, of course, the Spirit's intention as He prays for those who love God. As, okay, as He prays. This is difficult stuff. I'm not an English person. I failed English in high school, flunked. I mean, not failed, but I passed it. That didn't mean this is like, man. All right. Meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, God's Spirit is right alongside helping us. If we don't know how or what to pray, it doesn't matter. Okay. The Spirit of God not only maintains this hope within us. What was that hope? If we hope for something we cannot see, then we must settle down to wait for it in patience. The Spirit of God not only maintains this hope within us, maintains this hope within us. So this hope right here, we have to wait patiently. If we hope for what we cannot see, we must settle down and wait for it patiently. We're patiently waiting. We're hoping. And the Spirit of God maintains this hope. Like over here. Meanwhile, when we get tired in the waiting patiently. And what was it over here? But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently. In the same way, waiting patiently, the Spirit helps us for our weakness. Huh. Is that really what it's trying to say? I mean, let's find another. Uh, I don't know of any more paraphrases. I know that's common English, the easy to read version. Let's try that. It's not a paraphrase. It's a translation. It's a dynamic translation, thought for thought. Okay, let's see. Also, the Spirit helps us. We are very weak, but the Spirit helps us with our weakness. Hmm. It doesn't say meanwhile, it doesn't say in the same way, like the NIV said. It just says also. But over here, what is it? J.B. Phillips, the Spirit of God not only maintains this hope within us, the hope of the previous verses. Over here, meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, up here, but the longer we wait. Okay. And when we get tired waiting, God's Spirit will help us. God's Spirit over here maintains the waiting for us, maintains the patience for us. So that's a little bit different thoughts. But over here, and they easy to read, also the Spirit helps us. We are very weak, but the Spirit helps us with our weakness. With what weakness? The same weakness as 24, verse 25. It doesn't seem that way. All right, guys. That was fun. Kind of interesting, right? Like, what do you do with that? I don't know. Um, maybe that's a good way to study the Bible, actually. Um, to read various verses that way, to see what different people think about it, and to try to figure out like how are they saying it. So you're learning like how to read basic English. You're trying to figure that out. B, you're seeing that different people, uh, Though they have the same Bible, they get slightly different meanings from it. C, just having to compare different numbers and words to each other and such. It's we had to go look at previous verses. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty good exercise, I think. Yeah, maybe we should do that more often. Maybe I should just have a segment called paraphrases. We just go through paraphrases and stuff. Kind of like it. And but this one was really short, right? Quick Bible topic. Go look up some yourself. Maybe I'll do a few more. All right, we'll see you in the next very basic Bible